What's up? Today I'm going to change the inner tie rod ends on a 2001 Toyota Echo. I've been getting real bad wobble every time I turn, and I just changed the tires, new bearings, new CV axles, new brakes. What else? The only thing I didn't change is the control arms, which I know the back control arm bushings are kind of bad, but so oh, and the struts are, the previous owner said he's changed them and they look new. So I checked the top strut mounts, and those were also looked like they're okay. So I already changed one side, and so far I already drove it around the block, and so far it does feel better. So here we go.
Back wheels are chopped already.
Alright, so basically I already just did a little mini inspection, checking for wobble, checking the work I did. It's been like 10,000 miles for these CVs, but they're Chinese junk, so from Rock Auto. And then checking up on the strut, making sure there's no leaks or anything. I didn't hear any sounds. Then I also went inside and turned it sideways so I can get easier access here. I'm gonna take out this pin. The new ones I bought didn't come with pins, so I'll just throw this sucker away. And at least on the old one, this is 17. I'm not saving any of the old hardware, so before I knock this down, I'm going to try to get, this one was a pain to do. It's also 17, but you want to keep this kind of attached because it will help you hold it when you're, at least with my other side is super torqued, so. Alright, well, that's what I had to do with the other side too, but unsafe practices. So now that that's loose, I'm gonna take a hammer, knock this guy down. I already knocked it loose, like, yeah, when I took apart everything else last summer. So dang, this one is all ripped up. Boot's all ripped up here, but oh well. So what you do is you count it when you take it off, so you can get it kind of close to what it was. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And somebody wrote, or somebody on YouTube, I can't remember who, just said to write it down somewhere. I usually put it in my phone, but yeah, this one doesn't feel too bad. They both felt tight, but especially when I was going over high speeds is when I would notice it the most. So this feels pretty tight. It's just the boot's ripped a little, but oh well. So next step is to try to take this off, and then we're going to take this boot off. So I'm going to take this clip. Let's see here. I'm going to take this clip off here. And I tried to save the other side, but on this one, with the new inner tie rod I bought, it just wasn't working. And then the next part is kind of way in there. There's another clip. This one's not really reusable. Maybe it is, but I haven't figured out how. So you just take its flathead, kind of break it apart there. That's it. Other thing I did is you take some penetrating oil, put it over there. Out. Boot should slide right off now. Get pretty close. I did take a little pick to try to get it over this one has a lip. But if you can get the back side off, this front side was real easy in comparison. Alright, back's off. I'm gonna try to get that front. I don't really care if I rip this boot. I mean, I would, but I guess I don't really. Probably a pain to find also. So this is that clip I was talking about. What you want to do is while it's up in there, you take your flathead, put it in there, and you just kind of twist it up, and it breaks apart. All right, the next part's the fun part. So I had to go to AutoZone and rent this tie rod tool, at least at my local AutoZone. The number to rent was 27346, called a Master Inner Tie Rod Tool Set. I went to O'Reilly here and they didn't have it, so what the basic premise is, where's my old one? So here's the setup. This goes into the rack and pinion. You need to get the same little horseshoe basically to fit over. So this one is a 29 millimeter, and then as it sits up in there, this other tool, let me get this old one off. This other one wraps around up through as you got this on there, and then you can lock this sucker up in like this, and then you slide this over and it's locked. And then on the other side, a spot for your ratchets, break apart. So now we're ready to take it off. Some other guy, I think it was 1A Auto, recommended putting some like vice grips back here. I tried it on the other side and got it, but that way you're not spinning that rack and pinion. Let's try that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this side. Maybe if I took the sway bar off, but I'll try it without it. So let's see, you got that 29 again. I'm gonna set it up in here, try to use it with gravity. Slide this tool over. one you don't really need to count. You can just take off. That's it. So now we just put on the new one. So for the new ones, I went with the Suspenza brand. Suspenzia, made in Turkey. So let's hope we get some good use out of it. I don't think I'll be driving this car for, it's 2001, so these will probably last its life, hopefully. Got them off Rock Auto, but they seem like they're pretty good quality so far. It's 1 3/16 for this Suspenza one. I did add a little thread lock on the end of this because I don't have a, or I have a torque wrench, but just put a little blue removable Loctite. Try to put this back in. So I just started the threads on there. Got this with gravity. Loctite. I'll try to slip this on. Alright. Locked on. Just went hand tight with my breaker bar here. And that seems pretty on there. Oh yeah, it's way stronger. So now we need to take this nut off. I needed to take it off to slip the boot back on. Alright, so what I basically had to do was take my thing off and make another one. It's just probably a little too tight. Just enough to get in my way. Oh, this is way too.
I guess I live in Arizona compared to some other northern states where rust and snow stuff would get in the way, but I guess the plastic would deteriorate too. So.
Next step, putting that tensioner nut or whatever you call it back on there. Now I'm taking the outer tie rod in. Don't really need to put Loctite on this side because it's going to be adjusted with the alignment anyway, and hopefully this is enough tension in here. So alright, we'll start it from here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Don't have to get this perfect here yet because all you're doing is putting this back in the knuckle. This one came with a different size I can never remember what these are called. It's like a 10 it has its own locking mechanism on it, so let's see what size was this. It is a 3/4.
Some people probably don't like this, but it's putting tension on the bottom.
Alright, last is to just put some, make this a little tight, and this is also a 3/4 here. think these all have their own torque specs. Okay. But I'm planning to get this aligned, so that's pretty much it for this part. Now we'll just put the wheel back on and take it for a drive. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure this will fix my problem. Not sure if it will fix yours, but good luck.